at the top of next year's draft, Lamelo Ball is going to be there.
Oh yeah.
Now, so that I give a good context on Lamelo Ball. Once he was announced that he was going to be playing in the Australian League, and actually we had a discussion on Lavar Ball's statement that Lamelo was going to be the number one pick in the draft. Mm-hmm. Okay, and my criticism there was I've never seen him play against competition.
Yep.
Most prospects, you could find really good tape of them online.
Yeah.
Any tape you find of LaMelo Ball, it looks like total trash, right? Not playing defense, basket hanging, even though 100-point game where he never crossed half court for defense, and moving him from place to place. In situations that made him look better than he might have been, not matching up much with the best prospects in his age group, never being a part of USA basketball. So there was really no way to judge him versus the elite players in his age group, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I said, I want to see what he does in the NBL.
Okay.
Since he's going to the NBL. Because I regard the NBL as the third best league in the world.
Second is?
The ACB out of Spain.
Okay.
All right. So, obviously, the NBA is the best league. Spain's ACB is the second best league. After that, I like the NBL. That's very, very arguable.
Okay.
Right? A lot of people can say the Turkish league. People can say the Russian league. These are all good leagues. The Chinese league even somewhere in that mix. But I think over the last few years, the NBL has been getting the 18-year-old American prospects.
Okay.
And Australian basketball as a whole is really at a high level right now with all the players they have in the NBA and quite a bit more in the NBL who are high-quality players and potentially NBA-caliber players. Andrew Bogut plays in the NBL for at least for the past couple seasons. Once the NBL season ends, he'll come back to the NBA. He did last year to play with Golden State down the stretch. So the NBL is a high-quality league. Do we have that video? Yeah. So the NBL is a high-quality league with high-quality competition. So you get a lot of NBA quality players on LaMelo's team. You have Aaron Brooks, formerly of the Houston Rockets. You have Josh Boone, formerly of UConn and the New Jersey Nets. So there's NBA talent all over the NBL. I wanted to see what LaMelo looked like versus grown men who were not put there to let him run past them. People who are playing for their livelihoods, playing for money, playing to feed their kids.
Yep.
He is killing it.
Yeah, he killed it last night.
He killed it last night, but he's been killing it. But his game last night, I guess we can regard it as somewhat Doncic-ish.
You think so?
He had 31 points in a triple-double.
Yes. 32, right?
32. And a lot of he made baskets in the clutch, made three-pointers in the clutch, was incredible in terms of setting up his teammates. And again, this is grown men. They're not out here to make you look good. Mm-hmm. And he's more than holding his own. I'm going to read from an article. This is NBL.com. Okay. So, again, the NBL is a really good league. It's actually a fun league to follow. They have a full YouTube platform where their games are on. Highlights of their games are on. Their website is great. So if you want to follow international basketball a little bit more and have trouble sometimes following the European leagues, and this is why the NBL is attractive, because it's an English-speaking league. And that's why we're seeing players starting to make their way or use that as a option to the one and done year in college. So definitely check it out. The website is nbl.com.au. And again, plenty of NBA talent in that league, a lot of former NBA players that could still be in the NBA. And obviously there's a few future NBA players. So this is the article from nbl.com. The Carnes Taipans, which is one of the teams in the league, will never forget LaMelo Ball's time in the NBL as he trumped his last effort against them for the best night of his career to date, inspiring the Hawks to a 114-106 victory on Monday night. On the back of his previous NBL best, he produced 24 points, 9 assists, and 7 rebounds, the last game that they thought was his best game. All right, but he took it to another level on Monday, becoming the youngest player in the league in history to produce a triple-double. Not only did he finish the night with a remarkable stat line, 32 points, 13 assists, and 11 rebounds, but he delivered it when it mattered most. He hit his 4th three-pointer of the night at the end of regulation to tie the score and forced overtime. And then in the extra period, he continued to dish out the passes, finding Tim Conrad and Sunday Deck for game-defining three-pointers. But twice in overtime, Ball showed off his true strength with his quick first step, allowing him to get to the rim whenever he pleases and throwing it down.
Yeah, when watching the highlights, I like the pace at which he played throughout the whole game. He really controlled the game every time the ball was in his hand. And I was surprised because of that. Because, like you said, I didn't really find a lot of good highlights of him on YouTube before this as well. A lot of the highlights that I saw was him being sluggish, lazy.
Right.
And I didn't really think that was going to translate to grown men in the
what?
NBA or anywhere
It's funny
else.
that you're saying that because when I watched last night's game, his motor stood out to me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know
He
what I'm
did.
saying?
But
so I want to make it clear. Like, I come out on a limb on a lot of stuff during these 2 hours every week.
Okay.
But I will be the first to change my tune when someone proves, when shows improves.
Yeah.
All right? Now I'm on the LaMelo Ball bandwagon.
Okay.
100%. You know, the idea of him being a starting point guard in the NBA, that's going to take you into the Joey Lytics of what positioning is in the NBA, which I don't agree with. No one, NBA positioning is not what is commonly known. So him being a starting point guard in the NBA, yeah, easy on that. Him being the offense point guard in the NBA, absolutely.
Okay.
All right? But he'll be on an NBA court likely with 2 players smaller than him on his team. So I'm projecting him as a 3.
A 3?
A 3.
Okay.
A point forward.
Okay.
He's still a little bit light.
He's a little bit.
He's a little light,
yeah,
but he's 6'7", 6'8".
Oh, he's taller than.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So the reason I say that is he's not athletic enough to guard guards in the NBA.
Yes, but he's not also. He doesn't really have the size to guard. The
threes. He can guard threes.
Which the threes nowadays?
Yeah.
I mean, he
a lot of
got
people
the
go
height.
small ball, right? And that's the first thing.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of
and
people
that's
are
the
going
first
small
thing.
ball.
He's got 10 pounds coming in his future.
Yes, I would agree.
and some strength and conditioning work coming in his future.
Yeah.
Again, the physical peak of an athlete is 25 years old.
Okay.
All right. So until he's 25, we don't know what the man LaMelo Ball is going to look like.
Yes, agreed.
And if he can find 15, 20 pounds by the time he's 25, and you're talking about 6'8", 210, 215, yeah. That's a legit NBA 3-man.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, so
I like his hesitation. That hezzy.
it looks like he's turning it over though. Did we get the highlights up? No?
The highlights weren't working, so I had to just cut it off.
Ah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, but that hesitation was real.
It looks like he's like a little bit of this. It's a little bit of
The
this.
carrying.
Turns it over for a split second.
I don't know. He might be able to get away with it.
Yes. Yes.
Listen, I'm just saying, it looked good.
Yes.
It looked good, and you know what? I also did. It kind of looked like he changed his shot a little bit, the form.
Right.
I don't like how he's leaning to the side. I don't think that is going to
Right.
translate into a great shooter, but I mean, it's always worked for
Right.
him.
I'm with you. I don't believe in that. Especially for a 6'8" long player, 6'7"
Yeah.
long player, you could go straight up.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have to be doing this from
Yeah.
point range.
Exactly.
That makes your shot more efficient. You need to be going into the shot,
Mm-hmm.
not coming away from the shot. But
Another thing I liked was his floater. For that size,
he's got the floater.
he's got a great floater.
He's got a great floater.
You don't see a lot of the running floater too,
Yeah.
like off the step.
The only thing that scares me about him right now is I think he will be horrible defensively. So I don't think he has the quickness. Yeah, I don't think he has the quickness of feet to be a good defensive player. Right, but he's doing well. The other player in the NBL that is doing well, that's going to be in the draft next year. By the way, NBADraft.net currently has Lamelo as the 4th pick in the next draft.
Okay.
He's going to end up being 1 or 2, in my opinion. He's definitely going to be in the top 3. I also like Cole Anthony in the top 3. Neither of those players are currently in the top 3. It's Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, and Isaiah Stewart currently. So we'll see how that goes. But R.J. Hunter is not necessarily doing as well as LaMelo, obviously, but R.J. Hunter is also doing well in terms of getting playing time. He's averaging about 20 minutes a game. And again, anytime you take an 18-year-old into a man's league,
okay,
and they get minutes, it says a lot. All right? Now, at the same time, on the R.J. Barrett end of that, 38 minutes is too much.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a balance there. You don't want to be playing a kid 38, 40 minutes. You know what I mean? But when you crack a rotation in a man's league as an 18-year-old, as a 19-year-old, your future is bright.
Yeah.
So R.J. Hunter is currently averaging about 20 minutes a game in the NBL. That should be the first thing that you look at. All the other numbers to me are peripheral. To me, it's about, does your team feel you have enough of an impact to give you minutes?
Yes.
Okay. If you're getting minutes on the floor as a teenager in a man's league, you are way ahead of the curve.
And what position is he playing?
R.J. Hunter is playing, he's a swing man. He's playing the 2.
Okay.
All right. Actually, it's not R.J. Hunter. It is, what's his name? It's actually, I have it in the thing. It's R.J. Hunter. Did I mess that up?
R.J. Hunter, the NBA.
R.J. Hunter's right.
On the Celtics.
Right. So, yeah, I messed that up. I don't even remember the kid's name right now.
In the NBL?
Yeah. Right. But anyway, he's doing about 20 minutes a game, averaging 10 points a game. R.J. Hampton.
Okay.
R.J. Hampton. He's doing about 10 points a game, all right, in 20 minutes, which is excellent. And he's shooting at approximately 45% from the field. So those are all strong numbers. And mind you, LaMelo's shooting percentage is extremely low right now. It's below 40%. Right, overall. So he's not shooting as well as R.J. Hampton. But R.J. Hampton, 9.2 points a game, 4.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.4 turnovers. He's shooting 45% from the field, 36 from 3, and just 58 from the free throw line. So if he hit a couple of free throws, he'd be in double digits.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So it's starting to look like the NBL is about to be a go-to destination.
Yeah, and not the NCAA.
Well, NCAA is the first destination. But after that, more than China, a couple players went to Italy. I know Brandon Jennings went to Italy. I believe there's somebody else that might have gone to Italy. A couple Moutier went to China, and a few have gone to Australia. But now it looks like the Australia League is drawing more players.
I didn't know Brandon Jennings went to Italy.
Yeah.
How's he doing out there, you know?
No, I mean for his one and done year.
Oh, okay.
He went to Italy. I don't know where he is now.
Okay.
Yeah.